siren goes, we lead to the kickoff for this match.
We'll take a minute as well to give a shout out to Nissan Arena. They've been a brilliant venue for us all week. There was heaps of noise earlier with some volleyball matches going on, but that noise is gone. And you'll see, for those who haven't seen the Strikers FC match so far this week, unfortunately Strikers FC and the entire footballing community lost Jack Bailey only 2 weeks ago. It was a big loss for all of us, quite sudden. And as part of the tributes to him, Strikers are both retiring his number, and during every match in the group stage, they're going to take the opening kick-off, and they'll hit the ball towards his chair for a throw-in, which you'll see here. And I know that some teams have handed the favour back, so we do see that chair being subbed off.
Yeah, it's a beautiful gesture by all parties. Jack Bailey, instrumental in making this tournament possible as a QPFA board member. As we see a lovely touch by Mott, as you mentioned, with the ball very slowly rolling down for what will likely be a goal kick.
In fact, it's going to stop dead. I think Mott meant to hit it out straight away. He didn't mean for that to happen, but you have to play it as it lies. And now Jack Barry finally engages, and we are underway for reals in this match. It'll be Jack Parry and Sean Mott. Sean Mott flicking it very hard early. Merkley's up out of the box, the Strikers goalkeeper and captain. And now the pace slows right down. Lots of noise from the Strikers bench, as us Queenslanders are all very, very aware of. The Strikers coach is very vocal. It'll be a Melbourne City throw-in.
We went from a very slow pace to absolute frenetic action there. And hopefully that continues. The ball pinging back and forth. Much win for both teams today.
And indeed, Evans for Mott. Evans again stops it though. Didn't quite get the angle she wanted, so just stopped it dead. David, the goalkeeper, goes hard, finds Mott. Bit too heavy on that touch. It's going to roll out of play. Evans will save a metre or two.
Great confident play there by Melbourne City. Not afraid to bring their goalkeeper up in that traditional English style that we've grown accustomed to seeing.
And it's far better than what they were at the start of the tournament yesterday. They looked quite out of touch in their first game, but now they're starting to hit their strides. Parry, Mott. Parry once more, looking for the spin, swing and a miss. It's going to roll away, it's over the byline, it'll be a goal kick.
I thought that ball came off Mott's chair in a rebound, so City lucky to get this goal kick.
Well, the referee is a lot closer to the action than we are, so perhaps we possibly missed something.
Very diplomatic, Tom.
David goes for Miller, comes off of McCarthy's chair. Will be another Melbourne City throw-in. You see, Tristan, you have to be diplomatic, otherwise you'll get a bad call later in the week.
You think the refs listen back to our commentary, Tom? Is that what you're saying?
Well, there's always a risk.
Yep, play it safe.
Certain Strikers FC coaching staff members certainly did, and I got very upset when I told the audience that they were the assistant coach.
Goodness, don't worry. I'll keep Mr. Tom Byrne in check to those listening at home.
Mott goes for the wall. Merkles will slow it down now. Parry on it. It is David, the Melbourne City goalkeeper, who's got options. He's found Millet. This could be a goal already. Goes for the extra pass. There's 3 in the box violation if there's no goal, which there is.
It's such beautiful play by City. We saw Luke Davids do a little bit of a hesitation, which stopped Parry in his tracks and opened up that beautiful pass to Millet, who spun it across, and that deception is great to see.
So there's going to be a 1-2 play here between David and Evans once we have the issue with Jesse McCarthy's chair sorted out, and David didn't realise that the whistle had been blown yet. But there is, of course, Dane Saunders, the Strikers head coach, as I have been told, sorting out. Looks like the feet of Jesse McCarthy may have come loose.
Yeah, all our players strapping in with the speeds as our chairs turn. It's important to be safely secured in that chair.
Those seatbelts are very, very helpful. David going for Evans. Goes for the shot off the back of McCarthy's chair. It's going to be rolled away for a throw-in. In fact, no, we're going back for a 2-on-1 violation.
So what we saw at the World Cup, those outside-the-box plays, if a player rushes up quickly, it's almost an immediate 2-on-1, so need a bit more space there.
Mercus goes along. Parry can't connect because he's blocked out by Mott. They'll at least get some territory. It's right on halfway. City with it once more. Evans down the wing, looking for Mott. Now Parry returning the favour and blocking. Evans, nearly a 2-on-1 there. Spins. Parry intercepting. Good defence from the young Queenslander. It's impressive to think of how young Jack is, despite he's been around for what seems like forever. Evans, Mercus rushing out.
Great defence by Mercus, reading that beautifully.
And now the two goalkeepers will go at it. It will roll out of play. Interesting to see how the referees judge it. Strikers will get the call.
Josh Mercus just on the outside there.
Mott will put it back out of play and we'll do that again. Matt Simpson has entered the box with the strikers. So possibly a formation change. They're looking for more attack. They want to get it out of their end. We're 6 minutes into this game, no scores, but Melbourne, it's really been one-way traffic for quite some time. Needs to be careful for the 2-on-1, his strikers. No whistle. Evans doesn't touch Parry, so Mott has to keep it in. Now it has touched Parry, but he's kept it in. Nearly a 2-on-1 violation, tries to hit the flick. Finds Mercus. Now for McCarthy. Punches through. David on the retreat. Gets back to the box in time. No 2-on-1. Now Mercus and Evans. Good tussle this. Evans being a bit aggressive. The two number 6s for their teams. Now McCarthy. That's come off the front of Evans' chair with anger. It's going to go away for a goal kick.
Sometimes so tempting to swing and hit that ball when the pass comes across, but if the defence is there, you've just got to hold, try and perhaps punch it back to the player that passed you in the first place. Otherwise, you get that ricochet effect with strikers now down their own end.
And balls like that can be very dangerous. They can go anywhere, they can go up in the air, they can go to your own net. They're never fun to see.
We saw very similar in the game match beforehand with Gillespie seizing on a similar opportunity, but strikers with a really smart, clever exit with that goal kick. All the experience with Mr. Mercus.
And I think Zach Dickley had one earlier in the day as well, very similar, just rushing it behind with his Evans for Millett, back for Evans. Parry puts it out of play. Both teams do have one option on their bench, provided they've passed speed testing, which one would presume they have. We haven't seen any of them introduced into this match yet, however, as David and Parry now will battle. Parry will win that out. Evans will come in, however. Great scramble defence. Now looking for Mercus. Open net if he can find it. Evans instead with a swing. Now Mercus looks for Parry. Finds him. He spins. Evans puts it out of play. And now the Melbourne City defence can reset. And it's this structure of Melbourne City. At every point in time, the whole team knows exactly where they need to be and what they need to do. McCarthy off of Mott. Now McCarthy running for the win. It's going to beat him over. It rolls away. Melbourne City throw.
Evans lining up with their only option really being Mott. Oh, but smart play, snuck it down the wing. And we're going to see another goal kick.
Goal kicks very often good chances to press. Unlike the running game, it's very hard to just hoof it for the middle of the field and try and get it away from danger. Sometimes the harder you hit it, the more danger you create. A little bit.
Spread the field. Strikers, both really wide.
Lots of motion too. Jack Parry in particular. It looks like his throttle is stuck wide open. He can't stop. McCarthy doing circles around Millett. And great pass from him. Now he goes up for Parry. Parry takes it upwards. David's going to let it roll. So they'll hit the ball back, but great bit of passage to play.
Forever patient. Luke David is the goalkeeper, really smart, just letting the ball run over that sideline. Another opportunity for Evans, as we see her teammates, in this instance, both being in positions to receive the ball. Millett dropping a bit deeper, Mott on that wing.
McCarthy has to be careful not to live away too with Parry, however. The play is down the wing once more. It's twice in a row now they've gone down the wing. Might be a play they'd like to do. Evans beats out Parry now. Merkis has to exit the box. Goes out of play. He wins the ball back for his team.
See what Evans was trying to do there, just flick it to her teammate on the wing. Angle not quite there, but shows City's intent to get the ball moving, get it flowing to try and open up this defence for the Strikers.
Well, that ball has gone down the wing. It never entered the field in the first place. And so Beck Evans will have it. This box formation from Melbourne City. They're all behind the box of Strikers. David looking for a spin. Goes along. Millett. It's a great ball. Mott can shoot. Good stop by Merkis. Flicked backwards. McCarthy's going to track onto it, however. It's going to come off of McCarthy after a challenge from Evans. City will get the ball back.
Great patient defending there by Strikers. Ball pinging around. As we said, lots of movement. City game plan in full effect, but Strikers just patient defence.
Lots of experience from both teams, so there won't be too much panic from any of the players. Mott had a spin, couldn't get to it, and it's going to roll away for a goal kick.
Another goal kick.
Feels like we've said that several times already this afternoon in this game.
Just on repeat.
Once again, Jack Parry up and down the pitch, doesn't stop. Same play as before. This time Mott's able to read it a little bit better. That one in the air. And it will be a set ball. There was a discussion at the coaches meeting earlier in the week that if the ball goes in the air but lands safely, they're going to try and play on. That one deemed to be a little bit dangerous, however, so we will see a set ball.
Seemed to glance up by Jack Parry's shoulder, so I think if it's anywhere near head height of the player, they'll call it up. But I like that initiative by the refs, trying to let the game flow and play, and it's been evident this week that the matches have been fast-paced and great to watch.
Looks like Dane Saunders has signalled to the bench, signalled to the fourth official, so there might be a substitution coming soon. Looks like that hasn't been the case, so I might be seeing things. You'd hope I'm seeing things. I'm a referee. I should be not a referee, a commentator. I should be able to see the field. Merkis takes a few efforts at it. Mott, that one again in the air. That one well over a metre in the air, in fact.
There's a Jack Parry again in the firing line of that ball.
I was going to comment before, but I didn't get the chance to. Jack Parry, it feels like he's been around forever. He's been in the game longer than I have. And yet his age is far less than mine. As Evans was going to put that one away, and Strikers, they can probably enter the attacking half for the first time in several minutes. There's only 7 to go in this half.
Just on Parry, it's been great to see his development. He's a Australian under-21s representative. And
whoa! I hope Josh Merkis is okay. He's driving straight to the bench. That one was dangerous. That one looked like it may have hurt. That was not pleasant. You never want to see a situation like that. Very lucky that he stayed on his wheels.
Yeah, we'll need to take our time here to make sure Merkis is okay. That would have hurt. The court does seem a little bit tacky sometimes. We've seen a couple of chairs nearly go over the top, but it's awful to see.
And it looks like we might be seeing a substitution. In fact, it's Melbourne City taking the initiative. Whilst the Strikers still attend to their captain and goalkeeper. Casares will enter, Millett will come off. It's been a good stint from him so far. Clock's still rolling, but I imagine we'll see some time added back on, depending on how long it takes Mercus to get back into a condition to play, or if they have to sub him off. I hope he's okay.
It looks like they're strapping his feet back in. He's one of the most experienced players in Australia, Mercus. He won't want to exit the field voluntarily if he doesn't have to. He want to stay on and drive his Strikers teammates towards a victory.
And the other element that will be causing this as well is, unlike the standard day chairs that players will be letting around in during the day, these strike forces have no suspension in them, so he will have landed on the ground and taken the entire impact through his body. I mean, you already have a disability, you can sometimes have some problems with strength. Looks like he's almost good to go. Dane Saunders has stepped up. They're making sure he's okay.
The medic seems to have given the all clears. We hear a ripple of applause for Mercus continuing in this match.
And we will see another set ball following the extended delay. A good 2 minutes have come off the clock. We'll see if the referees add any of that back on as we play continues. Parry now with the ball. Tries to go at the back of Evans. Those two will continue their tussle. McCarthy has to keep moving. Nearly a 2-on-1. And comes off the back of Parry, and it'll be a Melbourne City ball.
It's going to be interesting to see whether that small stoppage will affect the pace of this game.
Well, I was about to ask the question, how do you as a player handle when you've had a stoppage like that? You've seen a player need some attention, possibly get injured. How do you bounce back from that and get back into the mindset of, okay, I'd rather play power chair football?
It's always a difficult one, particularly when it's a teammate. As an opposition, obviously you care for your opponent's well-being, but there's always going to be a little bit more care and concern with a teammate. But you've just got to get back into the habits, get back into the pattern of the game, and that's what Strikers seem to be doing with Mercus back in the fight with Evans.
Yeah, he's already on the ball. The two number 6s will resume hostilities. I believe it was those two chairs that interconnected in the weird way before. Evans goes for Parry. Parry, he just has to block it. You could say he even parried it if we return to the puns from earlier. Rolls all the way out into the attacking third for Strikers. It will be a throw-in for Melbourne City, however.
So the viewers at home, I'd try and stop Mr. Byrne from using the puns, but they're actually half good, so we'll allow it this time.
Is that some faint praise from Lions FC captain there, Tristan Peters?
It's always faint, but praise where praise is due.
It's the most praise I've ever received from him, folks.
If anyone was in our team huddles, we would know that would be incorrect. Mr. Byrne having a great tournament so far as Evans lines up for a sideline.
Goes from right, he swings hard. It's a little bit too heavy, however. Casares was in a good position, but the ball didn't get to him. Strikers will get it back.
I'd like to perhaps see a few more 1-2s from City, passing it back to the player that has initially passed the ball.
And it was that brilliant passing game that got them to the grand final last year and took them all the way to penalties. It abandoned them yesterday morning. I'd heard that they were playing very differently, and I was worried that very differently meant that they turned into a battling team. So it's certainly not the way you want to develop.
No, they're back to their tried and tested formula. I think they had the bye the first day, so had one game less than everyone else, which proved difficult, as we see Mike on the counter.
He might be able to track this down. If we spin now, if he wants, he does spin. Great save, Matt Simpson. Fantastic stuff. And he's rewarded with that by being told to leave the box. Jesse McCarthy comes in to join Mercus.
Patient play there by Simpson. He covered his near post, which is what you want to do as a goalkeeper.
Well, he's done fantastically. He's kept us scoreless as we enter what the scoreboard says is the final 2 minutes. I suspect there might be an extra 2 added on in stoppages. David goes for Evans. Off at McCarthy. Back to David. Now McCarthy can slow it down. He runs it out of the box at Evans. It's a 2-on-1 violation as David, the goalkeeper, didn't get out of the way in time. And so now strikers will hit the ball. Calls of movement from the strikers' bench. And Mott puts that one away for another throw-in, slowing things down. That one's off Parry. Tries to drive it around Evans. And he does so. Evans then trapping. Great stop by her. Parry nearly needs to be careful on the back wheel. Swing nearly collects Evans. McCarthy looking for Parry. It's going to beat him, however. It's going to roll away for a goal kick.
The pass just a little bit too deep there. Parry in excellent position, but that opportunity just got away from them. Probably their best of the match so far.
That was the exact comment I was going to make too. Casares. Merkis goes along. Parry not ready. But at least gets territory from it.
The officials glancing at their watch. Shouldn't be too much longer left to play in this first half.
Evans looks for Mott, but Parry gets it and steals it. He goes forwards on his back wheel. He gets beaten now. Evans on it. Once again, nearly on his back wheel. Merkis thought about the punch, chose not to. Can spin if he wants. Can't now that Evans is there. It would be dangerous. Melbourne City will hit the ball.
Final chance for this half. They'll want to set up with their diamond formation. We see David well over halfway.
He returns to the halfway point. It's going to be him as the target. Not enough power on that one to really do much. As Parry and Casares. Casares is going to win this ball, however. Good stuff by him. I haven't called his name too much so far since he was entered into the field. David looks for Mott. There's a chance behind McCarthy. Now David can swing. Great stuff from Parry to shut down the option, however. And he lets the ball again from Evans. And we talk about defenders being the two in the box, but sometimes you need a big helping hand from your winger at the top. And Jack Parry certainly did that then.
Yeah, alleviated a lot of that pressure, as he's done all tournament.
Now Mott looking for Casares. Chooses not to use the front. Looks for a pass with it. Goes straight to Parry. Nearly a 2-on-1 by both teams. And it will be a Melbourne City infringement. Strikers will get it.
Yeah, close to a 2-on-2, but Casares just crept in a bit too early there.
There'll be no time to take the free kick. That'll be all there is in this first half. Scores level despite plenty of chances for both teams. We'll see you after the break. Second half about to get underway in the match between Melbourne City and Brisbane Strikers. Scores level at 0 at the half, but it's certainly an exciting match. Tom Byrne, Tristan Peters with you. Tristan, how do you think these two teams will try and break the deadlock?
Yeah, I think City would have had a good talk about getting that passing happening more often in the course of this 20 minutes. When they've done it, it's looked threatening. And Strikers, I think, probably would have had the same message. I think passing's probably what's going to unlock these two defences.
Well, the coaches are certainly happy with the personnel on the field. No changes made at the half-time break. It'll be Merkis now with it. Casares with a flick. Evans looking for Casares. Parry with the cut-off, however. Gives away a throw, but able to let his team reset. Simpson's still in the box. He's leaving the near post open. Now let's return to that near post.
Good communication there by Merkis.
Nearly a 2-on-1 there for Strikers, but McCarthy was not near enough to the ball. It'll be a Strikers ball now. They need this chance to attack.
It was the right idea there from City, just the execution not quite there.
A long ball from McCarthy. Now it's Casares and McCarthy. McCarthy's going to try and get around. In fact, no, he lets it roll.
See, again, I'd like Casares with a man on him just to punch it back to the mid-player, Beck Evans. as the defence is pulled across this way. That then leaves Mott free on the far wing. Those 1-2 punches are going to be instrumental towards any potential victory.
Another little tussle this time. It's Beck Evans who wins it over Jack Parry. There's a few good battles going on around the field today. Mott tries to get it off the front. Can't do so. Now there's some good passing from Melbourne City. That one probably not the best decision though. It's gone straight into Jack Parry. There's a bit of contact. A little bit aggressive behind the table. Hand was raised by Jack Parry to signify an apology. And now a switch in the strikers' defence. McCarthy goes to the near post. Simpson dragged upfield. David will be the set piece taker here. Got some level of options. There's Casares, goes for the swing. Parry shut him down. And now he's able to drive. Goes for Evans. Looking for the sideline. Evans gets a turn in. Flips it away. These two will continue battling, however. A little touch from Parry. Still touching. A little bit of communication there from Beck Evans. Very hard to do when you're on the ball, so it's always good when you do it.
If she can get that flick to have Casares free on the far wing.
Parry does well to shut down that option. No flick allowed by either. Parry there with a heavy touch, and we return to the battle once more. Parry does well to not go in the box there. Mott needs to stay on field but he's had to stay on field. He couldn't exit the field to avoid the two, but still ends up leading the two anyway.
Yeah, the strikers were holding firm there, not allowing Mott to escape from that 2-on-1. Smart play.
I posed the question to Abdullah Karim yesterday. I'll pose it to you as well. I suspect I'll get the same answer. What are your thoughts on... In fact, I'll ask that after the two number 23's battle. Your thoughts on a rule around the defenders not being allowed to block a player rotating around the pitch?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I want as much as possible our sport to replicate the outdoor, but I think everything we can do within our power to make it more open is going to prove beneficial. So, bit of a politician's answer for you there.
Yeah, so that was...
Tom?
that is not as definitive as Abdullah was yesterday. He was fairly well in the no camp. Merklis down the wing. Parry looking for McCarthy. David with a big touch. Mott can swing if he wants. He has to wait for it though. It's going to roll too fast. He's swung anyway. It's going to be a goal kick for strikers, which is probably the best scenario. Great punch by David. If he didn't get to it, McCarthy was open and had a big chance. It was only a small piece of the bar that got it for David. It was very, very lucky. Great play. Merklis for Parry. McCarthy was not upfield, so not the option. And the 2-23s continue. In fact, now McCarthy pulls out. Merklis out of the box. Merklis is going to win it off the back of David anyway. Evans. Calls of hold there. Not sure which player to from the strikers bench. Evans is now inside Merklis, but the ball is not. Evans goes herself. It's off the inside of the post and out.
Close to a 2-on-1 there. Merklis outside the box, but he just held his nerve, held his distance so as not to cause it. Smart play, and they've avoided another City raid on their goal line.
And I think there's a lot of the reason why he's the national vice captain, or at least was at the World Cup last year. McCarthy with a flick. Casares shut him down. Those two are battle now. McCarthy saw the rear wheel of Casares and waited. Chose not to drive in. Those two will continue battling, all in front of the tape this time. McCarthy will continue in the battle. That ball is being dragged. Has options. Finding Parry. Can't spin due to the charge of Mott. And those two will take it to the sideline. Mott will put it out, allowing his team to set up for the defensive effort. chance for the Strikers to get to break the deadlock. 14 to go in the second. It's a tantalising hole in front of David. Parry has found it. McCarthy with a shot. Good stop by David. Second effort. Parry was in a great spot. He actually got it on target. Evans now has got to run it out of play. Runs Jack Parry off the ball. Strikers with another chance.
Yeah, Parry there outside the box. Luke David unable to leave as the goalkeeper. Otherwise, he'd cause that 2-on-1 offence. But Evans very quickly rushed Parry. Nice clearances. Strikers mount a good amount of pressure.
Been a fair while since they've had a proper attacking raid. Mercus gets Mott out of the position. Now with a punch. Mott though able to shut down the lane that time. But Mercus will win the ball back.
I get the suspicion that one goal would crack this game wide open. It wouldn't be the last that we'd see.
Yeah, right. I'm going to see a 0-all match, or we're going to see a game with 5 or 6 goals. Evans gets past Parry, trying to keep it in, and does. Mercus called into action. Heathman Swin chooses not to, chooses to go for the battle. Trying something different is Josh Mercus. He's nearly won this ball. Jesse McCarthy wants the referee whistle at back wheel. Strikers hit the ball.
Just patience personified there in Josh Mercus.
Calls of no spin and punch from the Strikers bench. I believe that was to Jesse McCarthy. Looking for Parry is Mercus. That's a ball through. David nearly rushes it into his own net. Save for Beck Evans being there. And now Jack Parry driving towards a 2-on-1 for Melbourne City. And finds it. In fact, it's a Strikers 2-on-1 instead. City with the ball. Casares on the far left touchline is in great position. The ball goes to the middle instead. McCarthy. David with the pass towards Evan. Now McCarthy over the Pinkett pockets. David comes back in. McCarthy nearly beats him. Bit of a pass off of David's chair. Mercus with the punch. McCarthy probably should have punched that one if he could. And Mercus unable to keep that one in. Melbourne City cleared it. The intensity lifting around the venue. Strikers bench clearing even louder than usual. Evans possibly looking for the back pass here. Goes along. Off the side of Casares. Parry running on. Evans with now the back pass. David and McCarthy. David's going to try and keep it in. Does. McCarthy waits up though and doesn't touch it as it rolls out. Strikers with it once more.
Strikers really seizing the territory in this second half. Starting to accumulate these chances.
Mercus down the bench at Parry. Comes off the back of his chair and the swing misses everything. Will be a goal here. So we enter the final 10 minutes of the match. Tristram, do you reckon we'll see any action from the benches? Any substitutes made perhaps?
I wonder if we'll see Millett from City re-enter the fray. Doesn't look like Kevin Pretorius is.
That is a wonderful ball from Casares, by the way. Found the way through the defence. Now Mercus and David, the two keepers. Mercus tried to punch it through David's chair, but David gets it out of play and wins the throw. And here is a substitution, but it's Strikers in fact going, and we finally get to talk about as Melbourne City also, in fact no, Melbourne City are the team making the change. It's the change that we suggested mere seconds ago. David, Parry, good touch, stops the swing of Millett. Certainly a powerful chair is Millett's chair. When he connects, it can go far. Now he's on it. Pass just gets intercepted by Parry. Now he runs it at Evans. And the two will continue their tussle. Evans, great flick for Millett. Long for Mott. Can't quite get the pass away. Parry with it once more. Back to Evans. Jack with the flick. Mott, though, in the way of Merkus. And Merkus can't keep that ball in. City throw.
Passing, returning to City's play there. Millett with a nice.
Well, he's fairly open
cross.
here. Jack Parry hasn't noticed it yet. Evans has. Millett goes hard, comes off Parry's chair, all the way back to David. Evans, Parry with the punch. David, Parry once more, can't find McCarthy. David and Parry, now the battle. David trying to drive it through Parry, to the sideline they go. This battle continues now into the attacking third for City. That's back wheel if the whistle is blown, and there it is. An apology shared between the two players. It's a yellow card for, I think that's Jack Parry.
It must be for repeated infringements, you would have to suspect.
The only other thing it could be is if Merkus rushed in and said something. That doesn't sound like the way he operates, though. I imagine it would be Jack Parry.
Look directed towards Parry. We see Luke David playing a far more prominent role in this second half, coming up far more often.
Goes wide from Millett, across the top of the box. Merkus there. And it will roll out of play for another City throw-in. Evans this time will be the taker. Evans looking for Mott. Goes between the players. Millett can't put it away, however. Goal kick.
Another close opportunity. Good chance there from City, but as we've seen all match, just patient defending from strikers, not scrambling, not having to rush what they do.
Mott there playing it forward. Merkus looking for Parry, finds him. He will now tussle with Evans. Little knock at Bars in front of the tape. Play on. Ball being dragged. Now it rolls. Parry trying to flip it. Wins it and runs it away. Trying to beat David. Not many can do that.
He'll just hold it up here. Be patient. Millett had dropped back to cover. David buys time so Beck can drop back instead. Their formation standing strong.
Parry looks for the pass to Merkus. Doesn't quite get the position to pass it back, so run it he does. The two keepers going at it. Over halfway now is Merkus, and he's got David beat. One of those few players that can do that. Now Evans engaged. She has to hold the line. David returns to the box. In fact, Merkus now goes in. The two goalkeepers for both teams in the box. The two number sixes continue their battle. Merkus thought about hitting it off of Evans' chair. Second best himself. There's the flick. Now Parry. Parry and Evans still battling hard. Flicked away. Millett trying to flip it back for Evans. Finds the pass off the side of Parry's chair. That will roll away with 5 minutes to go. Looks like Kevin Pretori is starting to move on the bench. Perhaps he's going to be an option late in this game. As Mott swings, he's found Millett perfectly. Saved by Josh Merkus. Play still alive, however. Evans and Parry.
And that's why we love pouchy football. What a beautiful play.
Well, Evans just goes straight through Jack Parry in front of the tape. Now the battle will continue right on the edge of the box. Evans, no hole there to find. Merkus with a little tap, lets Parry run. Parry, good touch. David, Evans. David again. Parry can find a two on the left if he wants. And gets it. And we will see a substitution. And there is the substitution. Kevin Pretorius will come in for Matt Simpson for the final 4 minutes of this game. Tristram, of course, you and I both know Kev pretty well. on loan to Strikers this week from Lions FC.
Yeah, Kevin Pretorius making a really noble gesture, going to Strikers for this competition to honour his good mate Jack Bailey. Really impressive from the young Kevin Pretorius, and that's what our sport's all about.
That it is, as Mott and McCarthy continue this battle. Kept in well by McCarthy. Careful of the back wheel, however, Jesse. Lots of communication coming in from Beck Evans. Mott goes into the back wheel of McCarthy. He will be certainly running the whistle for that. Now he charges at the box. Evans out of the box, battling with McCarthy. It's not around the rear of McCarthy, but he hangs onto it. Communication now from both sides. Josh Merkis' mic can be heard as well. And its back wheel is called against Beck Evans. Strikers, big chance, big chance. Parry already running a disruption play.
Luke David asking for position.
Smart stuff. It's something that players don't do often enough, remembering that they can, if they're facing a disruptor, they can get them out of the way by calling position. Space for McCarthy possibly if Evans keeps trying to cheat forward.
Presumably, Beck's on.
Merkis goes centrally. It's pinned out wide from McCarthy, but it's a 2-on-1 violation. The bench for Strikers thought that whistle was for sorry, not the bench, the supporters for Strikers thought that whistle was for them. It was in fact for Melbourne City. 2 minutes to go. David with a little fake. Now for Evans. Parry and Evans, that ball bounces off at the top of their chairs almost. And Evans has won that ball. Parry has to cut in eventually. Evans to the byline. Great stop by Parry there, David. McCarthy can run under it. Only Millett to beat. Takes it all the way to the wing. It's going to roll out of play. McCarthy with a late touch, but it's gone out of play first. And with very few opportunities to break this deadlock left, this is a chance. Jack Parry running the block ahead of Sean Mott. McCarthy going along. The gap is between David and Evans, so Merkis might be able to go himself yet.
I was going to say, McCarthy should drop to that gap. There we go.
Well, Merkis goes for a second effort. He's not going to get it that time. It will be another throw-in.
He won't want to take his time with this one. The clock ticking away. He'll go quicker with his suspect. Oh no, the referee moving the post.
Now Merkis. David in two minds as to whether to block Parry or stay in the ball. Parry shoots and misses, and that is a chance blown.
Seeing good passages of play from both teams, but just not quite seizing the opportunities as they present themselves. But it's a hot, humid day.
Certainly the weather can have an impact both on chairs running faster and more fatigued than usual, but also it can affect your mind. You can get more tired quite quickly, especially with a physical game as this one has been. Can really take your toll. Deep into day 3 on this tournament. Pretorius with his first action on the ball. Nearly hits David's pocket, but he hangs onto it just. David and Parry looking for the sideline. Parry will keep it in play, in fact. And now he can run, only Evans left. He's got Pretorius on his left if he can find him. The two will continue. But that is time expired. There will be no goals in this game. Another exciting game will end scoreless. Melbourne City 0, Strikers 0.